Greetings, dear ones, and thank you for the contact and for your commitment to receive and transmit the vibration of this teaching, bringing onto this earth and at this time. It is a time where the soul contract is being activated. Masks are being removed. And a time to step up and step in to a deeper purpose of being on this planet. Lifetime after lifetime, the momentum has been building for the end of the time of forgetting. And the age of remembrance that is here now. Take a deep breath in and let us turn to the core message we wish to transmit around this acronym of Lemuria and the 7 pillars and the 7 qualities that must be cultivated to deepen oneself on the path of heart-centered consciousness, heart-governed sovereignty, tapping into the wholeness and living and breathing through that whole rather than the fragmented self. That transition is not an easy one to make on this planet. And we honor your earnest confidence to incarnate, to enter into the physical realm of being, world of form, and to grapple within that form with this pull calling you home, calling you to remember, and the great tendency to forget here, all the distractions. Last time we reached the kind of pinnacle of the pyramid, the apex, through the pillar of understanding, the tipping point that builds momentum, that becomes unstoppable. now we turn to the fifth pillar, which is the pillar of respect. Now, in some regards, respect is the starting point in some traditions and on some paths. Respect can be an intention, a prayer, a desire, in our attitude and our point of focus. But the respect we talk of today is more than that. It is the respect of embodiment, the respect of actually walking the path, out of that place of understanding. It is more a point of focus, more than a point of focus. It is how one lives and breathes and moves. And respect comes online now, because it is only at this point that the individuated human soul is ready to begin walking, living and breathing within the whole, beyond the point of fragmentation. To be in respect marks the end of judgment. And the end of judgment marks the end of separation. And that is what flowers out of the pillar of understanding and the preceding pillars before that. How would it be for a human being, a human soul, a human vessel to move across this earth without any judgment? Without any point of fragmentation? What a level of respect that would be. To understand that every relationship, everything that is met, is part of that whole. A relationship of oneness. That is more than the respect of wanting to just love your neighbor. or to treat your neighbour as you wish to be treated. This respect goes a lot deeper than that. It is far more than ethics and good common sense. Because one can still practice that level of respect and yet remain shackled in the realm of judgment in their heart. And the split remains between one's mind and the mature outlook of that mind and a silent heart that is not engaged at all. We want to cultivate the fullest, the most vibrant and alive attitude of respect. More than just lip service and etiquette. More than just shaping one's behavior for the common good. And that almost feels a stretch. How can one walk this land without judgment? Is that even possible? It is clear, though, that we need to distinguish between judgment and a discriminating mind. Discrimination is the nature of mind as it engages its environment. That level of discrimination cannot be stopped or silenced. It is natural for the mind to investigate the plane of duality. But discrimination moves on to become judgment when a thread of attachment gets wrapped around what is being perceived. One becomes entangled in one's discriminating point of view. To end judgment requires one to end all points of attachment and entanglement. And in that space that is created, when one is free of that entangled walk in this world, that is where respect lies, within that space. A higher vision and perspective can arise within that space that does not exist when one is entangled in their point of view. And this is where the practice of mindfulness really comes to the fore in cultivating this pillar we are talking to today. It is not about silencing that mind, but merely tracking where it follows and wishes to go. The impulses that trigger it. To track the mind, to know oneself. And through that attitude and intent, one can begin to unpick themselves from their entangled states of mind. And to open up to a broader perspective. That has nothing to do with discipline and training the mind. It allows the mind to be as it is. But merely one must cultivate that space around it. And then when one learns to dwell wholeheartedly within that space around it, a spacious view, with no point of attachment, that is how we begin to walk with respect on this earth. And that does not happen overnight. That is a journey of a lifetime. To shift out of a basic understanding into a fully embodied, respectful, individuated self within the whole. To be someone who is well pointed in the right direction, in how they move through their relationships to this earth and all that is on it. It is the ultimate ambition. To be so free from the past, to have no ties, no hooks, no conditionings. There is nothing left that requires your forgiveness. And you can just live and move through the space with a point of detachment that is not cold, but very clear. Very wise. Take a deep breath in. And allow the heart to open. Because it yearns for this. When one is entangled, one's heart easily shuts down. The heart is a reluctant passenger on the train of enmeshed thought and states of mind. When one is distracted, pulled hither and thither, reactive, triggered, the replaying of the past over and over. The heart cannot breathe in that. In what we call the plane of judgment. May it end here. May it end now. Thank you for the contact today. Until next time, dear one, blessed be.